Basically, again, this is your 1 through 10 on your keyboard. Your F button, F1 function button, is your special racial power, profession power. So, say for thieves, they could steal. Elementalists could change from like a firebender to a water to air to earth, depending what they want to do. Warriors have like this massive superpower attack once all their depending on their adrenaline level that they build up. Guardians have these virtues, which I have no idea what they do. Um, the, the engineer can switch their kits, like fire, flamethrower, weapon thrower, bombs, grenades. Necromancers turn into this giant death form. Rangers, it's dependent on their animal. So let's pick a quick animal for like a pig. And so 1 through 4 is here, and that's basically their power that's going to be here. F1 through 4. Um, Covered thieves. Mesmers blow up their clones and phantasms. So mesmers form up like they make clones of themselves, illusions that fly all over the place and attack, and you can blow them up for different effects. So really cool stuff for the F1 through 4, except for the thieves F1. It kind of sucks. Actually, no, I don't mind the free shadow step, but the steel power not super OP, but it's okay. I like it. You also notice that there's downstate. When your character is struck really bad and drops below 0 hit points, they become downed. And there's like this red colored bar. Actually, let's go back to photo. There is this red colored bar that kind of shows up like on your screen and says fight for your life, and it starts to make its way down as you take damage from enemies. You're not dead at this point, so you could attack enemies with like your number 1 range attack. 2 and 3 are kind of special, or once 4 pops up, it has a 5-second cooldown. If you just keep pressing it, or if you just hold it down, it'll fill up. Once you're full of red, you could get back up. You're no longer downed, and you get half your life back. Or if you attack your foe with your 1 power and they go down, you are rallied again, and you are back up and running and have, like half your health left. So it's kind of cool having all this down stuff, because it gives you a chance once you're down to do something and try to get yourself back up without getting without being useless, I guess. Or at least it gives you hope that you could get back up. Any class or any profession could come and revive you. They could run over and press a revive thing. That would be the F button, which we will go into right now. The F button is also one of your main buttons. You have like your 1 through 10, your little squiggly next to the 1, your function keys, and your F is your other major button. This is basically your action button that you could do a whole bunch of things with. Like for instance, leave or use a siege weapon. You could use it to finish your enemies off. Here's the F, finish your enemies. You know what I was talking about in the down state? When you are in the down state, an enemy can come up to you, press F, and do a curb stomp and stomp on your head and kill you off and make you dead. That is how nasty the F is. You could also use it to revive your fallen allies, like if they're wounded because someone dropped them into the down state. They're not dead yet. You can come up and revive them. If they're dead, you can go and res them using the F button. So any profession could revive or res anybody else, and that's kind of cool concept in this game. And this is your F button, really important. F, really important. So in addition to your 1 through 10 function, squiggly line is your F, and your direction keys for dodge and movement and all that. Let me go back to the skills thing. We're gonna jump to traits. Actually, let's jump to underwater weapons really quick. When you're underwater, you have a whole different set of weapons. In this case, the harpoon is featured, I think. You have 2 sets of underwater weapons. This is this is the harpoon. The other one was a spear. So even while you're drowning, things are a little bit different. I think you still get your regular thing and your utilities. But let me show you traits. Traits are kind of like your skill trees in your other MMORPGs. Depending on what line of trees you want to build up towards, depends how you put your traits in. At level 11, you unlock your traits if you go to a PvE trainer. You have to find one somewhere in the PvE, maybe even the PvP world. I don't know. And you pay a little bit of money, and they'll let you unlock traits. Level 11, you get 1 point, and you get 1 point per level thereafter. It's not like the skills tree or challenges for your utilities and your heals and your elites. You can't find bonus trait unlocks points in the PvE world. Instead, it's just purely by level. And there's 3 categories: Adept, Master, and Grandmaster. I think Adept is up to level 40. Master is up to level 60. So you unlock it at 60, and then wait, sorry, yeah, Adept is up to 40. Once you get to 40, you unlock the Master. I could be wrong on the level. Don't quote me on this. Once you hit 60, you could unlock Grandmaster. So each point you put in basically adds a boon to one of the 2 stats that corresponds with it. So here you add to power, which is bonus damage, and expertise, which is increases condition duration. So it's either a percentage bonus or 10-point bonus, which I don't really know what that correlates to in game. When you put 5 points in, you get what you call a minor trait. These are static, so no matter what, they will stay the same once you unlock them. When you hit a 10-point mark in a tree, you get a major trait. You get to choose 1 out of 12 within a particular tree. These can be changed in between combat. So say I'm starting with dagger training, plus 5% damage while wielding a dagger. I want to then switch to Sunder Strikes. Critical hits cause vulnerability, because I know I'm going to fight an enemy that this will really apply to. And so say you have like a whole bunch of these built up. You could change them between combat. So this game actually offers a lot of customization through trait changes, through weapon changes, through utilities and heal changes. And I kind of like that. You just have to plan ahead, think smart. What am I going to do? What am I going to use? When am I going to use it? And it helps. The one thing you can't immediately change are these points. You can't reset them right away. You have to go back to a trainer. Usually there's a book on the map. You go to the trainer, you pay a fee, you get retrained in your traits. One last note is, how do you get to test all this stuff out? I would recommend going into the Mist. The Mist is the PvP lobby area. In there, you're automatically boosted to level 80. And as a level 80 character, you can then have all your traits and abilities unlocked. All of this is unlocked. All your elites are unlocked. You have the full 80 points of traits, or however many points of traits you have. 70 points of traits are all unlocked. And so you can fool around with your character in the PvP Mist lobby and test out some of their abilities and powers. They have dummy golems over there that you could beat down and test how much damage you do with one attack versus another. You could try out your elites to see how cool they are or how badly they suck. And it gives you a chance to see what your endgame character could look like and feel like and play like. So that's something you could look forward to and work your way towards. And you could also test out all these powers while you're at it in that PvP lobby area. Anyways, this is the most basic guide I have on the characters and the character UI and their abilities and powers. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or ask a question or whatnot. Again, this is for players who don't really play the game, who haven't played the game, who are just checking it out. And I strongly urge you to go to the Skills Tools app and just test things out over there. Watch other videos online. Thank you very much, and happy hunting, guys.